come together today to remember the Montgomery boycott.
Yes.
I'm honored to be a part. Reverend Zechariah Jackson from the Church of What's Happening Now. I'm honored to be a part of POP, the branch here in Plainfield, under the tutorship and leadership of our chairman and my friend, Steve Hatcher. Give him a round of applause. POP started in Plainfield, I believe, 8 years ago now.
Has it been?
In 8 years.
Wow.
8 years.
Wow.
8 years.
He didn't have all this great
Exactly. Now he get great like Obama. See, once you get the chairman, see, I haven't got no grade because I don't read those private books. See, I don't know it all. See, once you get to be chairman, you read those little books that I don't know nothing about. Just like you become president, you got different information that they know that we don't know, but they know. You see what I mean? So now your hair start getting gray. So I didn't know it was like this. You know, Hollywood is not there. But we're honored to be a part of this organization. You know, we salute our national chairman, Larry Ham, up there in Newark. So we are honored to be here to see the work continue on. Dr. King, Rosa Parks, and many others. You know, we're happy. We're happy to be here. You know, sometimes we wonder why we don't get the big crowds. And, you know, sometimes it bothers you when you're marching. You know you're marching for strength and the big crowds are not here. You know, as I was a little sister here seeing me, a little teen a little bit, and the big crowds didn't come because I know of the work and I know of the benefits of men. But you see, we're coming to a point in the United States history where we're going to have to, especially with this civil rights thing, come out of chance. You see what I mean? We're going to have to come out of chance. You see, Steve Hatcher is a chance. He's chance. I'm Reverend Zechariah. I'm chance. What I mean by that is, I wasn't bred to be this civil rights rep. He wasn't bred from a boy to be the chairman of POP in Plainfield, New Jersey. We're going to have to come out of chance, and we're going to have to start breeding people at a younger age, you understand me? So it would not be an emotional fight, but it'd be a right fight.
That's right.
You see. So we got to breed out of chance. And I am reminded of the doctrine of Jesus. I go to John chapter 7, verse 16. Jesus answered them and said, "My doctrine is not mine, but his that sent me." When we look at the scriptures, no matter what religion it is, at one time learning the scripture was by chance. He was in an area, laid on a rock, metal sheets or whatever. By chance that you knew. See, because Steve might have known because he might have went over there. But I didn't know because I'm over here. God inspired man to say, you know what? This ain't working. We got to bring it out of chance. We got to put the printing press together. We got to print this thing. You understand me? So no matter where it's at, you still get it. I don't have to be in ancient Egypt, and I understand about ancient Egypt. I know Pharaoh still exists. You understand? All right. I know that when that water closed in, that you understand me, he might have not made it across with the Hebrews. But the Hebrews brought it with them. We have to understand that too about our own people.
That's right.
Because see, we are, you know, toting on the pole of Hollywood. I was talking to a young man the other day about a business, a good business. I thought that could be helpful to the minority communities. As I travel around and talk to people about it, I told them to call a man. Call him and talk. He got upset because the ego is in place. And he told me, he said, "Reverend, I am the head in charge here." I said, "Well, you know what? I didn't even know you were in. I had no idea. But since you are in, I don't deal with you. Because I'm no in at all." You understand me? I'm trying to get in. You understand me? But the word is I'm not. So if that's how you want to roll, then you roll and take all your stuff back and you do what you got to do. We got to change the game.
That's right.
Hollywood and fame has had its way with us. And I'll tell you why it's had its way. Because at one time we wasn't seen unless we were in Hollywood. But them fools in Hollywood today, well, I ain't going to your houses. I got to see the Secret Service on one side and the FBI on the other. I got to watch it. I'm going to keep it real. I ain't going to your house. I don't know what's going on there. You understand me? Maybe eating steak with your feet. Who knows? You're taking on all kinds of idolatry worship. And we continue to let them be some kind of voice. What voice are you? You're not a voice. We get mad too. We got to grow up. I'm talking about this morning. We got to grow up. We get mad when white folks, stars, people with money, adopt our kids. But what about the blacks that will not adopt a kid? That kid get up there and, my dad don't look nothing like him. Say, hey, well, you who? You understand? Don't look got nothing like him. He said, well, I understand, all right, nothing wrong with Rainbow Coalition. That's what we're all about. We're not racist. I believe, what was that woman name years ago that danced with the bananas around her in Josephine Baker. She had a Rainbow Coalition. But at least she did bring one that looked like you could bring one or two that kind of favor you a little bit. But today that ain't going down. You ain't, you know. So we can't. We got to get out of that. We've been dealt by Pharaoh, and we got some sickness too. We got to get out of that because you may can take care of my son better than she can, or you may be willing. So why should I give you all kinds of foolishness? I should support the one that is. We got to break out of that. We got to break out of that because this right here is what's stopping the game. We're throwing stones at people that's adopting our kids, and them kids gonna be rich only because, not that richness is great, but they're gonna be rich because his mama is such and such, or his daddy is such and such. They're gonna have to worry about nothing. And we cast it constantly every time. Throwing a stone at them. The people that look like us and everything, what? Well, Zechariah would be lost. He wouldn't even teach me to read. They wouldn't even help me to read. They ain't gonna help me. Because they believe what was taught, was laid down. See, some people are believers of the game. They really believe. They say one thing, but what do you believe? You understand? Because if you believe, you would be just out here like Steve Hatch and the rest of us trying to give it back. Trying to give it back. But we ain't trying, a lot of us ain't trying to give it back. But only because, you know, you look this, that, no, that don't mean you're a part of the union. No. That game has got to change. That don't mean you're part of the union. If you're not doing union work, I work for a union job, I don't care. Like I told a boss one time, yes, you talk about, say anything you say can and will be used against you. He said, well, everything you talk about right over there telling you in person. You wouldn't do that, Mr. Jack. Yes, I would. Yes, I would. And as soon as I finished, I already told him everything he said. The next day I smiled at him, he smiled at me and kept on walking. Don't say anything, because you're taking meat out of my pocket. I ain't no fool. So when are we going to grow up? And that's what time it is. We have to grow up. We have to change the game. If we want to keep this thing alive and keep the words alive, we have to change. God has given us the strength and the vision. Because one day this roof, a place like this here should be filled up. Shouldn't even be standing room. People should be all over there. And the windows have to come up. Speakers should have to be outside to project. But we walk past people today that have no clue of what you marching for. They have no clue, no concern, this, that, and other. So we're going to have to change our behavior, change how we deal it too, because we have a heart for the people. Our heart should not be in vain. I want to introduce to you today our chairman, my friend, Steve Hatcher. And just before, just to let you know that this here will be a YouTube upload, and it's going to go to all the webs.
That's all right.
Thanks, brother. That's right. You appreciate that, man.
Make sure you have me